What's up, Posse? Welcome to your summer program. I thought I'd dress up for the occasion, as you can see. Doesn't really need a story as to why I'm dressed up. Just think of it as being I dressed up for the summer program and to present it to you guys. Just going to run through it really quick. For those who have or who are returners for more years than just this 1 year, this is something that you've seen before. But what we're going to have is an Excel packet for you this summer that will be available to you on the website that I've sent to you previously, but we'll resend you again later on. So this first tab, as we see, is just an introduction, just kind of introducing you to the card, making sure that you know both myself and Coach Nicole, your GA for next year, are available, as well as giving you the contact information for both of us. The next tab we see here says roster. So this has each of your names on it, as well as the personal quote that you sent me not too long ago. So each one of these quotes is going to be something that hopefully drives you as you move forward in the summer, kind of motivating you every day to do more, to push harder. You know, we are not going to fall short this coming year. In the NUMAC, we want our NUMAC back. We're going to make it happen. I hope that these quotes continue to push you and motivate you as you move forward throughout this summer, and just getting ready to attack this next year the best that we possibly can. So our warm-up card option, I'm going to give you guys the warm-up. You have the option to choose whatever warm-up you want every single day. I think it is very, very, very important, though, however, for you to make sure that you are performing a warm-up. One thing I've noticed as I've gotten older is the better warm-up that I have, the more worthwhile my workout tends to be. So warm-up hard, the term I like to use is sweaty is ready. You know, each of these warm-ups will get you sweaty if you work hard at it, and it'll prepare you for the session to come. So each one of these, you know, has some instructions on it. A few of them that are pretty straightforward, like our continuous warm-up 2, our continuous dynamic, our ladders, those all have video links. Anything that you see in blue here is going to have a link attached to it. Our favorite, our GPP warm-up. I strongly suggest for the first 4 weeks you use this GPP warm-up. It's really phenomenal in regards to getting the body totally warmed up throughout the entire body. So you have the choice of whatever warm-up you would like to do, to perform. Just make sure you are doing a warm-up. So now getting into the nitty-gritty of the card, our phase 1. So it's just your typical workout card that you've seen every time that you come in the weight room this year with me. We have our core at the top. We have a few other things. The biggest thing right now that I want you to see is where your name is. So where my name is right now, you see Coach Tommy. At the bottom of the card, you have the quote that I chose to put on my summer program card. So what you would do is you click on where that name is. There's a little arrow to the right of it, as you see here. Click on that arrow, and then you see everybody's name there. So you go down, when you're ready to print this out, you're going to click on your name. So let's say I'm clicking on Grace since my cursor's on there. Grace is up on there. Your name is now at the top of here, and your quote is now at the bottom. So this is personalized to you. You gave me this quote. You gave me the one that you said is going to motivate you throughout the entire summer. There you have it. It's going to be on each card. Go ahead and click on it. Let's look at somebody else. Sam Horahan. Head down, charge the mountain. I know both you and Amanda use that quote. I love that quote. That's awesome. So this is going to be something that I'd like you to drop down and make sure that you personalize it to yourself. Don't just have it say Coach Tommy at the top. All right. So our day starts out normally. We got our core at the top, one set of everything. If you're ever confused, remember anything that's highlighted in blue has a video link attached to it. So you see that YouTube come up there. I would definitely suggest you in advance go into the program on your computer and look up the different movements before you print this out. The next thing is your CNS activation. This is a little bit new to you. So this is going to be one quick set of drop squat jumps. Once again, if you don't know the movement, click on the link. You've never heard drop squat jump before because I haven't used it before. You go ahead and click on that link, and it's going to send you to a video of a drop squat jump. So that's our drop squat jump. All right. So you're only performing one set of these CNS activations. It's going to be a little different each day, as you see, and it's going to be a little bit more explosive with different things as we go throughout the summer. The next thing you see here, as many rounds as possible in 4 minutes. So just that A block. So just these that are highlighted, the A blocks. You're going to perform those movements kind of like our neural charge days. It's very low in regards to reps, but I want to see maximum effort. So you're going to perform these as many times as you can in 4 minutes. So it's not just depth drops. You're going to go from your depth drop into your plate squat with reach, into your middle hurdle hop with stick, and then into your single leg 3-way foot reach. After you're done with all of those, you're going to go back to the top and do it all again as many times as you can in 4 minutes. Once that 4 minutes up, you stop wherever you are. Let's say you ended on your plate squat with reach. You're done. Just cut it off, all right? So very light, very explosive, very fast. We're working on just being as explosive as possible through these different movements. Day 1 and day 3 is geared a little bit more towards your lower body power, and day 1 a little bit more towards your upper body. After that, it's the same basic concept that we've seen every day up to this point. Looks a little bit overwhelming now, but I've just tried to give you as many cues as possible. Things like increase the weight, focus on the tempo, screw your heels down. It's all the same cues that we've been using up to this point. The biggest thing that I kind of want you to make sure that you're really looking at is the tempos. So how fast are you performing the movement? We've tempoed a lot of things. Right now, tempos are more important than ever. Control that weight. Make sure that you're having good control over every single movement you have, and we'll get stronger from there. We're building foundation so that at the end of the summer, we're going to be as strong as we possibly can so that we can be as explosive and as power as we possibly can. On day 3, I always have optional biceps and triceps as well as shoulder work if you want it. I know beach season's just around the corner, so if you want to get the bis, the tris, and the shoulders on point, then there's a way to go for it. So that's your phase 1. Phase 2 is the same concept. There's no difference, just the difference in regards to the movements that we're doing, the sets, the reps, the amount of weight we're using, and so on. Phase 3, we see those day 1 and 2, or 1 and 3 has changed into something a little bit more intentional. So you're just going maximum effort, as hard as you can. You're doing a single leg box step up jump, putting that force through that foot. You're doing a broad jump as well, trying to get as far as you possibly can. So those are your phase 3 and 4 movements. With each phase, you still have the opportunity to drop down and put your quote down there at the bottom. Next tab over, we have a body weight workout. So if there's a time, like let's say 4th of July weekend, where you're going to have to miss a training session, here's a body weight circuit that's pretty brutal, I have to be honest. It's something that I've done in the past. Maybe I'm traveling, whatever it may be. Something that you can utilize so that you can continue to stay active and not lose the progress that we've made. Now, it's important to note that this is not something that replaces your training sessions for more than just maybe once or twice in the summer. We need to be doing what we've done up to this point in phase 1, 2, 3, and 4. We need to continue that as frequently as possible and only use this when necessary. The next 2 tabs are your speed, agility, and conditioning. So the same beginning to this is we have our core activation, same thing as with our lifting. We have the core movements that you perform 1 set of each. You have a plyometric circuit similar to phases 1 and 2. Those are right up here. You're going to perform that 4 minutes as much as possible, and then you have your speed work. So your linear and your lateral speed. Linear speed is on day 1. Lateral speed is on day 2. There's going to be very low reps, low volume, which means I want you to focus on having the best form and the most explosive movement as possible in each one of them. So your quality of movement is perfect, but you're not doing a ton of them. So that way your quality of movement can be perfect the whole way through. You'll finish with some flying 20s where you'll build up from a slow jog for 10 yards into a full sprint for the next 20 with however many reps I say of that. And then you have your steady state here. So this has instructions on both of those. You progress that to phase 3 and 4. Same thing. So phase 3. So this phase 1 and 2, we'll go with phase 1 and 2 right here. Phase 3 and 4 is what we see in this last tab. That'll go with these 3 or these 2 right here. So day 1 of phase 3, day 2 of phase 3, and then we go day 1 of phase 4 and 4. So you're just making that the same with them. We progress the movements. We're still sticking with our continuous steady state as well as a few tempo runs, and then we have a 1,200 meter shuttle test that Coach Nicole has actually come up with for you. That's intended to help gear us towards that mile run so that we can have the best possible times that we could even dream of at that point. So these are the instructions for that. So as we move over a little bit, I want to encourage active recovery on your days off. Just going out, maybe just shooting some hoops casually, going for a bike ride, whatever it may be. Make sure that we're not just sitting on the couch on those days off. We're doing something to just flush our system. If you want some additional core work, I have 2 core circuits for you. Both of these are things that we've done together. Feel free to let me know if you want even more ideas for core. We can throw that in there. And then lastly, we have our mock calendar. So this is just an example calendar as to how I would break it down. So if I were doing this training similar to what you were doing, I'd be doing my lifts on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and my speed, agility, and conditioning work on Tuesday, Thursday. Saturday and Sunday would serve as my active recovery days to flush the system, so I'm good to go for my next lift on Monday. You'll notice that at the beginning of each phase, I want to test the mile. So on phase 1, I'm going to test that mile on that first day. You can put that instead of your steady state conditioning because it is a form of steady state conditioning. You're going to write that mile time down, and then every month after that, you're going to retest your mile on that beginning. So phase 2, day 1, so the first day of phase 2, you're going to retest your mile, see if you beat it. July, you're going to do the same thing. Phase 3, August, move myself up here, August, you're going to retest it as well. And then in September, you're going to retest it, make that your best mile time, beat your baseline time, and then school is just around the corner, and we'll start prepping for that mile through the conditioning you'll be doing with Coach Nicole. So that's your summer packet. I'll bring it back to the front here. Maybe. Bring it back to the front. Please let me know if you have any questions. This is kind of the last hurrah that we have together. Unfortunately, we didn't get a springtime together. We had really just amazing stuff planned. I was really excited to get that last chance to work with you guys. I'm going to miss you tremendously. I miss you already. I love each one of you guys, and you guys have had such an impact on me more than you'll ever know. I just hope nothing for the best as you guys move forward into this next season. And I just, I can't wait to see how all that hard work pays off for you as we go into that next year. Believe me, I'll be following from wherever I am, whether it be still here in Massachusetts, back in Minnesota, or maybe, Lord willing, I'm back in Hawaii. Don't feel too bad for me. But I just can't wait to see how you guys continue to progress and just, celebrate with you guys when you get that NUMAC championship that we've been working our tails off for next February. So love you guys. Let me know if you have anything for me. If you need to contact me, my information's on here. You already have that. You also have Coach Nicole's information for when she takes over you guys in the fall. So have a great summer. Work hard.